So here's my audience, my father and my mom. Have you ever jammed to a guitar solo with your air guitar? Have you ever thought about becoming a rock musician? Hopefully I can make you realize those dreams and by teaching you how to tune a guitar. In this speech I'm going to teach you about the anatomy of a guitar, the materials necessary to tune a guitar, and the process of actually tuning a guitar. According to Dan Cross, it's extremely important to tune your guitar every time you pick it up and play it. Not only will you sound better, but the repetition will allow you to conquer tuning your guitar quickly. When I first started playing guitar, I would look up guitar tabs on the internet and try and play some of my favorite riffs and song structures, but they never sounded right. I realized later that it was actually because my guitar was out of tune, not because I was playing it wrong with my fingers. And hopefully that won't happen to you after watching this video. That brings me to the actual anatomy of guitar. So I have a guitar right here, and there's three basic components of a guitar. There's the body of the guitar, which has the bridge right here, the two pickups, a pickup selector, a volume control, tone control, and an input jack. The second main piece of a guitar is the neck, and the strings run along the neck. You use the neck to play different notes, and they have these little metal frets embedded into the wood that help you play different notes. By pressing on this one, it actually shortens the string length to this long by pressing down on that little bar. The third main piece of the guitar used for tuning is the headstock, and it actually has these guitar tuners in the headstock, which allow you to tighten or loosen the guitar since the strings are anchored on the guitar tuners. And that brings me to the materials that are actually necessary to tune a guitar. So first off, you would need a working guitar, which I have here, a patch cable, and you'd need to plug that into your guitar, and an actual guitar tuner. In this case I have an electric guitar tuner, and it's going to show a little readout, this little needle that's going to show me if it's sharp or flat, and little LEDs signifying if it's sharp or flat or in tune. In this case it's going to be a green LED, and I'll show you that. So let's move on to actually tuning the guitar. So I'm going to turn the guitar tuner on, and it's all plugged in, and I'm going to start with the low E string, which is this fattest string here. And that's actually going to put the most tension on the neck, so it's a good idea to tune that one first. So I'm going to hit this string, and you notice it's slightly flat. So a good thing to remember when tuning your guitar is if the string is flat, you want to tune up to your pitch. So if it's flat, tune up to the normal pitch. If it's sharp, you want to bring it all the way down to flat and then tune it up again. So in this case, since the string is flat, we're just going to put a little tension on the string by turning this guitar tuner peg, and the string is in tune now, as you'll know that since it's green. If we move up to the A string and continue tuning, this one's actually sharp, and you'll notice that this one's actually in tune. Well, let's make it in sharp so that I can show you. So this one's sharp now. So once again, to tune the string, we'd want to bring it all the way down flat. So loosen the guitar tension, the string on the guitar string, and then tune it up to pitch, which in this case is an A. So it's sharp, we're going to bring it down to flat, and then we're going to slowly bring it back up to pitch. And this helps the strings stay in tune longer when you tune up to pitch instead of loosening the tension on the strings to the guitar. Another quote, according to Victor Upon, over time any discrepancy in tuning between strings and sound can very quickly become quite unpleasant to hear. And this is often heard if you've ever heard somebody play an old Beatles tune or Jimi Hendrix, and it just sounds bad, but you know you've heard that song correctly, and you know that the notes sound right, but the song just sounds bad. It's probably because they're out of tune, and you don't want to sound like that, because it's very noticeable if you're playing a well-known song out of tune. So in this speech, I talked to you a little bit about how to tune a guitar. You can repeat the process I showed you all along the guitar to tune all of the strings. I talked to you about the anatomy of guitar, the materials used to tune a guitar, and the actual process. Hopefully you learned a little something from this video and you can become a guitar guy by tuning your guitar frequently so that you sound better to your audience.